Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here, playing some more Warhammer Combat Cards Ranked Mode. For today's match, I'm going to be playing as Space Marines. Now, it is still pretty early in the season, so we won't really get a great idea of how effective this deck is, but I'm going to be using Logan Grimnar, and he actually just got a slight boost to his special rule. Now, if you look at the wording, it's actually the exact same as it was before. There's no indication that anything changed. But he does deal a little bit more damage. It's with the excess damage from the cleave attack that goes into the adjacent lane. That damage has been increased by 20%. So he's just able to hit a little bit harder. And Logan was kind of struggling. I think he just had trouble competing with the other warlords. Didn't have a very great win rate, and that prompted this buff. So it's not anything extraordinary. It's just going to help out a little bit more, I think. So I did just level up Grimnar to level 3. He has a lot of health now. And I switched out some of the units that I was using before. I'm just going with a pure melee build again. Before I was using Marneus Calgar, who is pretty powerful, but I have swapped him out in favor of Belial, who I think is a little bit more cost effective. Marneus Calgar at 50 points only has about 200 health. Belial is 15 points cheaper, but still has almost as much health and still fulfills the same role of inspiring your troops. It doesn't deal quite as much damage, but that's okay. I've also got Ragnar Blackmane in here, who is not the best choice for my collection just because he's not that high of a level, but he's kind of a special card because it's one of the few cards that I actually spent money on. I think it's back in November of 2020. When he first came out. I just got one copy, and now 7 months later I have finally gotten him to level 4. This partly because he appeared in the card shop and I was able to get some extra copies of him just yesterday. So it's taking a very long time to level him up, but he is pretty strong, and as you can see, as he levels up he gets a lot of health, which is really good on berserkers like him. So the others are pretty much the same as the build that I used before. I got Torgerdon at level 5, who is very strong with his triple shields. We've got Corsaro Khan, who is also very cost effective at this level, only 19 points, but can deal a lot of damage to anything that costs 40 or more points. We got this good old Cyberwolf with Scout, and then the Deathwing Knight with Taunt, who does a pretty good job of protecting your more important cards. So let's go ahead and deploy and see how this goes. Now, again, because it is early in the season, I don't anticipate facing anything too strong. Hopefully we'll be able to see the effects of the new special rule, though. Or, not the new special rule, the buff to the special rule. You'll have to pay close attention. It's kind of hard to actually see exactly how much more damage it's dealing. Okay, we do have the initiative here. So let's go ahead and put down Blackmane. We're up against Unva. It's been a little bit of time since I've seen this guy on the field of battle. He's at level 4, so that's actually a decently high level, and yeah, these are pretty good cards. So this may be a worthy opponent. Now, the Deathwing Knight is actually quite good in this situation. If I put it over here, that prevents them from hitting the shields of Torgerdon. Also, any barrage damage will go to the Deathwing Knight, and then the splash damage will hit Ragnar Blackmane, triggering his Berserk Rage. He is getting targeted, though, so we'll see how that works out. Start off with a good ranged, or not ranged, but melee attack. And I'm hoping to get... oh, wow. Okay. That went into that lane, so that was a bit unfortunate. And that's right. Unva increases the melee attack of his units, so they're actually dealing quite a bit more damage there, and poor Blackmane is getting hit pretty hard. I think I was trying to say that you can sort of get a domino effect going if you have your strong units on the left side, and this is actually a pretty good example of it, I think. So the broadside battlesuit on the left is at very low health, so we're going to be dealing a lot of excess damage. We'll be able to see that 20 additional % damage going onto the Ghost Keel battlesuit, and hopefully we can just knock them over like dominoes. We'll see how much damage we can do, though. It's probably not enough, but 78 damage, and then dealing 76 to the center lane. So that's a pretty good idea of the extra damage that you can be dealing. But yeah, Blackmane is getting pretty low on health. Tor still has all 3 shields, so he's in good shape. Now they've got the Riptide battlesuit on the field, and Aunva himself is deploying to the field. He's got Inspiring Presence, so they're going to be dishing out lots of damage. But Blackmane is safe in the center lane because Aunva himself does not have a ranged attack. So we're going to be hitting really hard, actually, next turn with an enraged Blackmane. Now I could actually move him over. That might be a good idea. Keeping him alive a bit longer. So yeah, we'll put down the Cyberwolf in the center lane. And I think Aunva is actually going to be getting a huge boost to his melee attack by the end of this turn. Almost had enough damage to take him out in one hit with Blackmane. Let's see how much of a boost he gets. 130 damage, so a lot of excess damage going to be going over to the Warlord. 61 damage there. And actually, wait a minute, did that not trigger his special rule? It looks like it didn't. Interesting. I don't know if that's a glitch. I think it should have triggered Aunva's special rule, but for some reason it didn't. Okay. If anyone has any more information about that, I'd be curious. I might have to bring it up with the developers there. But yeah, this is a very one-sided battle here, able to finish off these guys. I mean, they were... Okay, the Riptide was pretty low level, but the other cards were actually decently high level. But yeah, we saw Ragnar... Or not Ragnar, but Logan's special rule deal a lot of extra damage there. It worked very efficiently to ensure victory for the Space Marines. So, I'm thinking that Logan is in a much better position this season. I think he could definitely be more competitive. I'm curious to see how far I can go with him this time around. I think, again, I do have some better options than Blackmane, although he did very well in that match. Every time he takes damage, gets +6 to his stats, so he can very quickly be dishing out some serious damage as long as he can keep him alive. So, let me know what you think about Logan Grimnar, and if you have a different type of build that you use with him, and you know which melee Marines are your favorite. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.